Singleton, Brandon Kelly, and Kevin Hearn.
So this is the culmination of many, many years in this activity, and so many people have touched my experience in debate that I'm sure to undercover at least this part of my last debate. I want to thank the University of Minnesota for hosting, the NDT Board of Trustees for running this tournament. I want to thank Kentucky VT. They're great opponents. We have a lot of respect for what they do. They won the Copeland for a reason. I want to thank my parents, Paul and Candace Stupek. They've been so supportive of my career. They're the best debate parents. They're everywhere on Facebook sharing screenshots of tab room results for some reason. They see debate like a sport and root us on in that way, and I think that's awesome. They flew up here all the way from Atlanta hoping to watch my final debate. They had to fly back before that happened, thankfully, so I hope they get the chance to see this somewhere. I was introduced to debate in high school. I went to a school called Mount Vernon Presbyterian. My coach was Zach Strother. I can never thank everyone who's associated with Mount Vernon Debate enough for giving me my start in this activity and allowing me to catch the debate bug that we all have here. I am so proud and grateful to be a part of the University of Georgia and their debate program. It means so much to me. I want to thank Dr. Ed Panetta. He makes all this possible, signs the checks, as he would put it. Hayes Watson is a big part of why I chose to go to UGA. He reached out to me when I was a small high school debater without a lot of national success and told me that I would have the opportunity to have success at UGA, and I'm so grateful for that. The time and effort that Hayes has put into this program is unmatched. Nathan Rothenbaum is a big reason why I'm in this position. When he came to UGA, he totally changed our culture. He pushes us to innovate with how we approach critical positions. No one matches Nathan Rothenbaum's passion for debate. He's always pushing us to do more and more with our arguments, and he nearly matches our stress level before decisions. He's the best. A lot of other coaches made this possible. Becca Steiner, Logan Grimzinski, Stephen Murray, Clay Stewart, Andrew Hart, Stephen Murray. All of them have listened to practice speeches, participated in research and pre-rounds, and overall made this debate possible. I want to thank Georgia Debate, past, present, and future, who have played a role in this moment. Brent Culpepper is taking off from working to be here for this. It's been awesome having his presence here this weekend, especially for good luck with coin flips. Shante Jordan was here helping with our scouting operation. I want to thank everyone associated with Georgia Debate who's in Athens now: Katie Marshall, Josh Weintraub, Miriam O'Kamer, Andrew Goldner, Morgan Leach, and others. Georgia HH clearing 3 teams at the NDT is perhaps a bigger programmatic accomplishment than us being here. Alyssa has been awesome. Clearing at your second NDT is a huge accomplishment. You've been a big help this reason. Trip Haskins, you're so smart, and you're so good at research. I've given you enough shit about paragraph integrity over the years. I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate the work that you put into debate and the depth of thought that you put into this activity and helping us succeed. Swap, you're a brave man for living with me and Nathan. These past 2 years, you're always consistently the smartest person in the room. You approach arguments with so much depth, and you've contributed so much to our success. Advite is my partner in ESR. He's taught me so much about being a 2N. His debate instincts and approach to argument is just unmatched, and his skill taught me so much. Nathan Rice is my best friend. I wouldn't be here without him. He's the best 2A in the country. He's a great AF researcher. Everything he does, it means so much. He's taught me so much about debate. I wouldn't be here without him. Let's talk about free zones now. All right. Is everyone good?
I had to get to the right time.
Contingent was the NPT changes are at a breaking point now, Ledge, an 18-week growing polarization, NPT durability of testing is ever before Article 6 remains the most serious contingent. The NPT is for which and pessimism about the treaty's future. The treaty is in bad shape and a risk of becoming obsolete and collapsing. Discord reach new levels 102 members voted in favor of TPNW. The TPNW not only be an effective risk undermining the NPT, but the TPNW tension take on new significance. Resilience will be tested as never before. The U.S. remained the primary target buyer. This time could be different. Mueller and 17 this time could be different because of the ban treaty and the nuclear states could leave the treaty in favor of a new unavailable deal available to the regime since the NPT needs support as its lifeblood is facing a major existential crisis. Few states are committed to strengthening the NAMs, blocking a number of steps and are in danger of losing enthusiasm. Likely scenarios of weakening NPT possibilities of reform of black polarization in 2020. Right on which a majority of non-nuclear states demand a ban treaty while nuclear states refuse to bring the treaty to collapse. NPT breakdown triggers widespread nuclear cascade mixed proliferation, fast co-invadment, and 15 NPT state against nuclear weapons. All states will seek them immediately proliferation. Will snowball this nuclear nominal theory. So I believe there's a substantial effort forward in the absence of enforcement. Smaller states would seek nuclear weapons. Irrelevant would be widespread. The NPT increases the willingness of portals to cheat. Our theory offers empirical test. Hyman's argues few states end up acquiring weapons or answers that most are confident that superpowers can tell prolife to voluntarily forego weapons. The NPT serves to detect cheating and coordinate expectations of widespread non-prolife that strongly suggests that the regime substantially reduced prolife to what would occur in its absence. Even absent collapse, non-nuclear states weaken compliance, erode norms that sparks an arms race blank, and 16 the NPT serve crossroads will depend on the degree of compliance and unstable world to submerge the growing access to sensitive tech contingencies are raising serious concerns to the effectiveness of the NPT. Many states feel that the NPT no longer makes their interest in repeatedly abused norms as greatly enhances lessons the danger felt by states, making the prospect of Purdue's arms race plausible and worrisome. The non-nuclear state discontent is crucial, and the loss of legitimacy not progress have been made to dilute the discriminatory effects and strengthen the regime. The order needs to be strengthened. Only else is conflict and complete nuclear disorder. Pro-life causes nuclear war. Chronic and 15 the spread of nuclear weapons poses bigger threats, including nuclear war, terrorism, global instability, weakening alliances before new states lack second strike. It has intended to use first a preventive strike emphasizes use some or lose some pressures. Leaders initiated nuclear crisis by playing bring states increase the risk of nuclear war spread, increase the risk of nuclear terror. Nuclear weapons embolden nuclear powers contributing to regional instability. States with nuclear weapons engage in lower level aggression in crises could result in a catastrophic nuclear exchange. Deterrence fails. Pro-life is highly destabilizing. Barrage and 18 deterrence is not remotely compelling. There is no way to demonstrate nuclear weapons kept the peace, but factor arguments are impossible to prove and offer no solid ground. History is no more reassuring. Berman examined 348 disputes to see whether nuclear states were successful. They were in deterrence. Lacks credibility. Deterrence requires each arsenal remains invulnerable. Counterforce increase likelihood of first strike while increasing the danger to preempt. Deterrence assumes optimal rationality and cool calculation that each side will scare the pants off the other. Then cannot conduct with precise rationality. Psychology suggests this is absurd. People act out of misperceptions. If one is willing to be annihilated, it can't be deterred. If one is convinced of the other's hostility, no amount of weaponry against device escalated war, accidental or unauthorized use, or false alarms have with any regularity that could lead to retaliation. There have been broken error accidents of block of use or faulty computer codes have been interpreted as hostile launch, binding NSA, solve conflict over the ban treaty, restore political will in the NPT green room, and 17 nuclear states have criticized the ban treaty with a hold any validity and need to show will and progress. NSAs have become touched for nuclear states will to engage in massive and legal. NSAs are particularly attractive to those states who recognize the need for disarmament, feel comfortable with the ban the service of action, are deeply undesirable and undermine legitimacy of nuclear states, show little willingness to be specific, but when they would not consider nuclear use and harm trust in their commitment to the NPT. NSAs are critical signals and have been consistent. How will profile demand of the non-nuclear states in the NPT. NSA strengthen confidence in non-proliferation regime. NSAs are the bargain at the heart of the NPT. The only internationally legally binding NSAs are those established in free zone protocols. And protocols cover the majority of states strengthening NSAs and alternative to the ban demonstrate political will and nuclear governance. If they oppose stronger NSAs, this will only lead to increasing frustration. The plan smooths over Article 6 tensions. Graham and Tamaro and 2K strengthening NSAs represent an important step toward commitments under Article 6 and strengthening the NPT. They have significant political importance and discernment. NSAs represent a crucial element of the NPT and a primary factor in the station not to pursue nuclear weapons. Making NSAs legal binding would be a significant step towards strengthening the NPT. Strengthening NSAs would demonstrate a significant commitment by the U.S. Many states are concerned with the U.S. is shifting towards unilateralism development that can spell disaster for the NPT. Legal binding NSAs shore the erosion of confidence for the regime. Ratifying non-use protocols sufficient to solve Spectre in 5 NSAs by means of reasons use associated with the universal non-use treaty. The demand for legally binding NSAs has been pressed with sources of bad the name of non-use protocols to African Central Asian South-Pacific regions were all to enter into force and ratify by all states. More than half of the nuclear states would be covered by legally binding NSAs, including for the name of those covered would include the considerable majority of the states most notably advocating for legally binding NSAs. Developments could go far to diffuse the debate within the NPT and reinforce a sense of common purpose. One party's contingent to is arms control, emerging tech, risk extinction, new arms control agreements are key clear, and 18 new array of tech is being applied to military use of far-range consequences policymakers will be compelled to address dangers posed by innovative weapons and to devise international arrangements to regulate the use of more work is needed. Arms control of emerging tech is urgency as development is accelerated in the U.S., China, and Russia are indicating a vigorous arms race warfare and cyberspace could threaten nuclear stability by exposing critical systems and prompting early launch machines will accelerate the pace of fighting, result in unintended use of nuclear weapons, AI initiate escalatory steps on autonomous weapons, invest capacity to destroy subs and mobile missiles, encouraging an opponent in crises to launch a nuclear strike. Such whatever nuclear deterrence and munitions currently exist, but China, Russia, and the U.S. are developing hypersonic weapons, increase the expectation of disarming attack and encourage air trigger attack is that increase crisis and instability cyber attacks could be launched on adversaries, early warning and command systems, skirmishes, and cyberspace erupt in a violent conflict attacks, collapse critical infrastructure, triggering arm escalation. Policymakers will be compelled to devote attention to arms control tech that may emerge will be necessary to devise new arms controls to overcome dangers. Now is key to establish rules of the road on emerging tech. Only Congress solicited to Patrick and 17 to Lincoln undermining international agreements, advances in tech outpace regs law, world government sensitivity voting, efforts to ensure that big breakthroughs enhance rather than threaten humanity on the gap between tech and global governance. Barriers to the effective new arms races cost decrease more. Actors, state and non-state will gain access to capabilities given the unarmed first countries need multilateral rules of the road. The U.S. Congress is a critical role to play in setting multilateral regulation of new tech. Congress should promote a global regime that can adapt to innovations. Arms control agreements on emerging tech work and are possible, bell and putter, and including the reports of the death of arms control, not only prematurely and disciplined arms control is adaptable, flexible, and resilient arms control is being reshaped by emerging tech, hypersonic weapons, autonomous systems, and AI will not be ignored. We have the ability to get ahead of this trend and manage such before they materialize preemptive arms control. We begin on the P5 on emerging tech and started imagining state objecting countries to develop framework of arms and confidence building that can create binding agreements at the height of hubris to think we have exhausted our ability to achieve verifiable arms control agreements. We are not doomed to destabilizing arms competition. The plan is key to a global arms control regime. First is domestic ratification. The treaty process kills U.S. arms control leadership, makes future agreements impossible. CAs are key. Ruben and 10 arms controls in serious jeopardy. Treaties are left to language in the Senate. The result is international frustration with American leadership as many goals are held hostage by senators. The ratification process can create a perverse effect of opening senators hold of the treaty divorce depending on to increase nuclear opposition and honor the key purpose of the treaty, which is to demonstrate that countries are reducing reliance. Ratification creates a platform for partisan grandstand and fully adopts with the treaty is an ultimate set of a treaty. Congressional action will be much easier, requiring a simple majority. The Senate submitted a norm that arms control must be treaties. The plan flips that Spiro and one every arms control agreement since 1972 has been approved as a treaty. The Senate has formally expressed that arms control agreements must be submitted as treaties. The Senate declared its intent to approve it. Agreements that obligate the U.S. to limit the armed forces only pursuant to treaty power appears to have the status of boilerplate and seated reversing a decision to submit a CEA. The president did not even attempt to defend interchangeability arms control. Had a controversial treaty been submitted as a congressional executive agreement that sparked constitutional skirmishes. That sets a precedent that encourages future arms control CEAs. Weiss in 92 should the president submit weapons agreements to Congress as the CEA. The House will seize the opportunity to establish a record that will support the conclusion of future arms control agreements and congressional executive agreements only by establishing a comprehensive case for the constitutionality of approving weapons agreements as a congressional executive agreement will ensure a precedent for the nation's future international commitments. Second is international ratification. Now, nuclear states will not give up WMD tech if they are targets of U.S. nuclear strikes. The plan is key to follow on Dowdy and one on nuclear states bulk advance because of nuclear threats and arms control is the categories of WMD is intertwined with states capabilities and hedge against future contingencies to prevent being blackmailed by unanswerable WMD to prevent preach abstinence will lead to a nuclear lock obvious discriminatory and unacceptable. It's impossible to separate nuclear arms control from all WMD inside the same tent. They impinge on each other. Nuclear arsenals justifies the hedge while CBW is breached as a poor man's nuclear weapon. Western powers and arms controllers do not have the final say. States being asked to give up all WMD choose a link to nuclear weapons and arms strikes. The U.S. must demonstrate a more credible commitment beyond the vague statement of intent. Global regulation is key. Wilson and 13. Every regulatory regime only regulates some states but not others. Dangerous emerging tech can be developed and utilized in non-regulated states to threaten global security because rogue states would and have a monopoly without a truly global treaty. Countries to develop emerging tech engaged and a race to arms. The plan the United States federal government should enact as congressional executive agreements the provisions of the protocols of the Treaty of Rarotonga, the Treaty of Pelindaba, and the Central Asian Nuclear Weapon Free Zone Treaty that restrict the authority of the President of the United States to conduct first-use nuclear strikes. Contingent 3 is solvency. The plan creates binding and a few commitments to the non-nuclear member states of the three treaties. Davenport and accepting treaty establishing a nuclear weapon free zone includes a protocol for the nuclear states to ratify these protocols are legally binding call upon nuclear weapon states not to use or threaten to use nuclear weapons against treaty parties. Countries have signed and ratified a protocol and declared conditions. Back to the NPT advantage. The plan is key to strengthen IMPT safeguards givens. And 18, the non-proliferation of rules of faltering non-nuclear states will be more likely to see those failed bargain and will be less interested in cooperating with U.S. non-proliferation such as strengthening the withdrawal clause or universal doctrine of stronger safeguards. Those safeguards prevent Iranian enrichment. Goldschmidt and 15 NPT members strengthen the safeguards are creating a requirement to maintain even a state withdrawal safeguards. Iran to be the most likely to take advantage of the loophole safeguards were in place. Iran would not have the right to use any of its enrichment facilities. Iran should be persuaded to accept irreversible safeguards likely if non-nuclear states agreed safeguards would constitute a significant disincentive for withdrawing Middle Eastern arms race. Goshal in 19 Iran's nuclear chief announced Iran would use enrichment in the volume and level convening order construction of modern centrifuges. Iran launched the UF-6 production facility that would open base for Iran to enrich weapons grade. The government would develop a nuclear arsenal to deal part of it would start a nuclear arms race in the Middle East and attempt to increase enrichment would automatically lead to a nuclear deal becoming void. Iran's nuclear program not checked will move ahead to become a full-fledged nuclear program in a short span. Extinction. Avery and 13 war in the Middle East established a region. Pakistan introduced nuclear weapons. Russia and China returned to a war. Nuclear weapons would be used accidentally by accident or misconduct, making the world uninhabitable.
Okay. Advantage 1, other than Iran, who gets nukes.
A lot of countries get nuclear weapons. The co-invadment evidence says that after one country gets the bomb, every country will
That's
get
not
it
an
because
answer.
the nuclear
Yeah.
taboo erases. Immediately after the plan would probably be U.S. allies like Japan, South Korea, Saudi Arabia.
Japan is going to get a
co-invadment
nuclear
evidence.
weapon now after 60 plus years of having it in their constitution that they're not going to do that. Why?
They have the technical capacity to do so. We've read evidence
Says
that the
what
only
part?
thing that is constraining them to do that now
No,
is the NPT.
I think
Once
that's wrong.
those
I think
norms
that you've read a
erode-
lot of like political science broad cards that's like NPT studies poli-sci reasons constrains proliferation, but I don't think you have a card that says these states are going to get nukes. Do you disagree?
I disagree. I think
Which
that
card?
the co-invadment evidence is the card about NPT norms, and it's
It's
the
not
card
about any
about,
countries.
it's assumptive of the erosion of those norms and says that that would cause
Okay,
other countries
the-
to want to proliferate.
The Avery card you read is
Yep.
from a theoretical physics professor. Who
Okay.
cares?
No. This person is super qualified. Read the.
Because he has like a Nobel
Yeah,
Prize in
this
science.
person, has a Nobel Prize in activism and served as the chairman of the
activism and
Danish Peace
science.
Academy. He's like in social science research.
Okay, well,
He's making a prediction
his
plan
reason,
about
his
what would
reason
happen
why
in the
Russia and
Middle
China
East.
get drawn into an Iran war is oil. If you Google who does Iran sell its oil to, country number 1, Japan 14%, country number 2, India 13%, country number 3, South Korea 10%, country number 4, Turkey 7%. So Iran sells less than 7% of its top 4 exporters are Russia and China. Why would they fight a war over Iran if most of their oil is
Russia
not
and
coming
China have strategic interest in the region. They care about resources. They care about the stability of those resources.
Oh.
They're,
But I just okay. The hypersonics thing on Advantage 2.
Yeah.
China has the DF-21 now that can already hit a U.S. carrier. We have no countermeasures. Russia, if you Google Russia hypersonics, it's like they have tested some. They
I don't
exist.
know what all this
How do
Google
you
stuff is.
how do
The
you
clear
get
evidence literally says that these technologies have not been fully developed right now.
Russia's
They're still-
tested successfully a hypersonic missile.
This
If you don't
evidence-
believe me, you can
no
Google it.
munitions
But
currently exist, but China,
you're-
Russia, and the United States are developing hypersonic weapons of
well,
various types.
I'm sort of making the Google test thing here, but so it's like
This is
provide. Yeah, look at it. Panel. Sweet. Oh, so you're doing this.
I don't need it. Excellent.
LNG trade are challenging. Russia, U.S. experts have created liquidity to global markets and secure diversity. Europe supplies the U.S. LNG. Contain Moscow's use of gas and foreign policy tool for China and ensure the U.S. and allied leadership continues gas service of British renewables, reducing emissions. Next off is war powers. The plan sets a precedent that shreds overall presidential power. Kulakowski 11, the president, impaired as a precedent that creates the branch of one branch and something to which is not outside of the vested branch should not negotiate one needing to cede to the other, encouraging additional demands in the future to swap the constitutional balance. Any White House has the obligation to protect executive privilege. Broad powers are key to disease and bioweapon response. Donahue 14, the military understands weapons have greater capacity to identify disease and access to a broader range of antibiotics and civilian agencies. The military has prepared civilian agencies, not the only institution, but the systematic factors have threat on the clean fuel to meet climate change stations and effective and caution pull assumptions from factors given the nuclear state's ability to blackmail military regional resources, fears of an exaggerated consent. The record having used in South anti-communist uprising Soviet Union, China, Israel, South Africa, India, and Pakistan, North Korea. Theory and history teaches that getting a nuke has less impact on power the spread of weapons as modest effects. Avery, a silly random physics professor writing an op-ed with no expertise in IR, no China and Russia draw in Avery's oil, which is false. That was in cross-ex. Iran won't violate the deal even with U.S. sanctions. Economic benefits outweigh. Okay. Advantage 2. No, do it. Do it. Rome 19. For Iran, the downside would be considerable. The oil system in Europe suffered bypass sanctions, but was conclusion. The conclusion situation is far from ideal. Oil sold is substantial well above transnational profit. Iran violated it with jeopardize sales over Europe and woods. Europe would ever from stop complying. Advantage 2. Arms control on new tech escalates crisis. U17. New weapons sector time obstacles and perfect of course. Much signal political will. Valuable and research military capabilities more processing the more credible escalating steps of force. Provide opportunities to precise signals more evidence incredibly signal capabilities more opportunities to reveal info. Reduce weapons technical capabilities and lead to peace setting, a peaceful settlements rather than war, a ban, a narrow range of targets and means and coercion nations might develop devastating kinetic weapons, the limits, destabilize countries by encouraging nations to use because they might be vulnerable cyber weapons and more nuanced signals that cause compared to existing means of signaling which depend on conventional weapons education, no military applications, and AI to date, that's horror. It is not clear how AI applications will translate to military power efforts to integrate AI effective and limited agencies developing these sectors struggling to make the leap from development to operational implementation while AI could enable innovations. It is not a military innovation in itself. This limits about how narrow AI may one day affect the balance of power. AI improves cyber defense, the terrorist attacks. Solmeyer, in 18, we believe that AI has the potential to dramatically improve cyber defense with the right combination. AI can help for greater mastery over their data. This will cut down attacking opportunities available. Defenders can focus resources on most sophisticated campaigns. Marked at campaigns. What's up? Hypersonics are, they've already been tested. No evidence says that arms control can roll it back. They're Limrani and 16 the focus of hypersonics that shift from missile, but several chances must be overcome. It is difficult to endure stress and extreme temperatures. Limrani is marked at extreme.
Okay, Anthony, you good?
Yep.
Status of the counter plans?
Conditional.
Can you pick planks?
No. Right, Dan?
honestly, this is a surreal moment. This community has been my home, and I've met some of my best friends here, people that I care immensely, and it's something I've been deeply involved in for the past 8 years. So knowing this is my last round it's humbling, and it's an absolute honor to be here in front of a lot of judges I respect, in front of a lot of people that are some of my best friends, debating a team that I consider to be one of the best, that I respect immensely as people and as debaters. I want to thank the University primarily of Minnesota first. DCH, Hayes has made this program one of the strongest that it has been in recent history. He is an incredibly hard worker. Just him and I butt heads a lot, and we have over the years. Our personalities are kind of different, but cannot be here and would not have been able to get here without all the work that he puts in and everything that he does. Rothenbaum, I think this is a really kind of even highlighted by Johnny, is just one of the most special people on our team. He spends so much time working with us, gave up his entire spring break to just cut cards with us in the office. The wheels would fall off without him. I mean, we would have nothing against the critique. We would have nothing against anything, honestly. Like, he is so essential to our team, and to exclude him from this would be a complete injustice. You're, like Johnny said, one of the smartest people, and hardworking. You're kind. I loved hanging out with you in Hilton Head. It's a lot of fun. It was a pleasure. AR, this is really personal just because they've been with us from the beginning. It's been us four, and constantly around each other, and it means so much to me that we got to go to the NDT together and me and Elams together. And it just
I'll pull it up.
okay. MPT advantage.
Yeah.
The arms control advantage. Topicality. The necessary improv. Counterplan. The ex post or ex ante counterplan. The
do the plan and have the Supreme Court in the United States strike down these statutes, ruling them unconstitutional on the grounds that the term improper and the necessary improper clause limits congressional action. Permutation 2, the economic condition on voting issue 2, stretching for support allocation means we can't read our best moments, that kills fairness, links to all of the other stuff that is not the internal benefit, that is not the internal benefit because they're defunding the entire arsenal. That would explode the NPT out as proliferate, paying all 17 U.S. news provided unique assurance of allies. That is to reject the notion that non-nuclear votes can are adequate with the U.S. reduces its roles in nuclear production security, perceptions which change rapidly and lead to the largest proliferation of deterrence requires 75% credibility to assure allies that perceptions of decline U.S. credibility could lead allies to pursue nuclear capabilities. Also, the president will still arms control. It doesn't change the Senate. It doesn't change the Senate precedent question, which is twice evidence. It doesn't. No one comes to the table because they don't think that the United States is going to do the treaty process. Ratification causes nuclear modernization, which is the root of